Okay, then we'll do what we'll do Akshan. It'll be interesting to note that we're gonna be watching Akshan. Okay, let's select the boy and let's see what he does to us. I'm just gonna do this so you have a better panorama. And let's begin. It's interesting that this matchup in specific for Akshan is really good, but you need to have a lot of pressure. And I think right now it does not have enough pressure to actually be what I'd consider ahead. He hasn't killed them. The wave, although shoving, is not actively creating pressure for him. Oh, are they gonna try and dive? That's not really doable. Yeah, I guess today's just not a League of Legends day, huh? Okay, he's doing really well. He's trying to space out so he loses CS, but it's always shoving to Aatrox, so... Yeah, now he used E, so he can't really dive. So Aatrox can go farm again. This is kind of troublesome for Akshan. He's not getting ahead enough. He's giving too much space to Aatrox. Let me check. Yeah, he got Doran's shield and second win most likely. So his laning phase is pretty fine. I personally would not have recalled, but I do understand that he probably wants to just TP back, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't recall personally, but I understand his thought process. Okay, Rakan with the first blood. That does alleviate some pressure off of Akshan, because it forces the enemy junglers to be on bot side. Oh my god, this is a really big mistake. Okay, flash for flash. That's good for Aatrox. This is really good for Aatrox. Okay, this is actually something I can speak a bit about. So, melee versus range matchups are really interesting because, for example, Aatrox active range of effect is like this around them, right? While Akshan range of effect is like kind of around this. So like this from here to here is a lot more effective than just this from until here, right? So it means that Akshan is always always priority on damaging Aatrox without being damaged back. So it's in Aatrox's best interest to minimize the abilities that Akshan has of flashing. Because it allows Aatrox to, when next time Akshan does a mistake, Aatrox just kills. Because that's the only true ability that he has to escape if Aatrox is on top of him, is this flash. So going flash for flash, in a situation that you can't get ganked because Akshan is kind of leaving the wave on this side, makes it so Aatrox is indefinitely ahead of Akshan now, and now Akshan is in a terrible spot because he can't recall. Like, he only has this little bar of HP against this bar of HP. So now Akshan has to play perfectly because he can't recall, because if he recalls, he loses these entire waves that are like back here, right? And you don't want to do that. You'll make Aatrox get to level 6 faster. And like, if Aatrox gets level 6 before Akshan just dies again. So now Akshan put himself in a impossible position where he has to come here. He has to come here, shove this wave somehow without getting killed, recall on the cannon wave that it should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's not this one, it's probably this one back here that it's still spawning. So he needs to clear at least 2 waves and then take a recall. If he can't do that safely, he's gonna die and he's gonna lose this lane really hard. When you're playing range versus melee matchups on top lane, this is what you basically have to do. You have the entire autonomy of the lane, you control the entire lane, you can't be wasting flash and giving up pressure on the enemy. That's why when I noticed that both of their HPs were pretty similar, but Aatrox still had TP, I knew the lane was really fucked for Akshan. Kind of curious to see how he's gonna do. from this point on, given the conditions. So let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he decides to take the recall. Okay, Aatrox came to stop him. This is a big mistake by Aatrox. It's still okay. He wasn't punished because Akshan doesn't have enough mana. Akshan is staying. He's disengaging again. So now Akshan is going to lose all these minions. He's going to lose these 3. You know, he has to walk all the way from top. From base to top again. Yeah, this is the cannon waves I was talking about. And now Aatrox has a freeze and he's going to get level 6 first. And I'd imagine that Aatrox will try and get some HP and either recall with the wave frozen or try and all in. Because I think Aatrox lost too much HP in these trades to now that once he gets level 6 he actually might not be able to kill because Akshan has Ignite. So we'll see. Yeah, Akshan knows that the wave is frozen, he can't walk up, he has to respect it, well played. But like, this is the danger of it. Yeah, very likely he might die here. Good attempt at escaping. And there you go. Now, you might be wondering... Okay, I want to put it back here. So, how does Akshan now salvage the situation? Because this is fucked, right? Let's see, he is 500 gold down, and he's gonna lose a plating, most likely. If he's not gonna lose a plating, 500 gold down is still a fuck ton in the current condition. This wave is gonna crash. All of these minions are gonna be under turret, which means that this next wave that Akshan has back here spawning with him is then gonna shove into Aatrox and it's gonna stop again over here. So he's gonna be fucked again. So what can Akshan do in this very, very dangerous situation? There's only one realistic thing that Akshan can really do. Once he arrives here, he has to shove this lane as absolutely fast as he can. He needs to shove this wave entirely and the next wave and hope it's enough for it to at least crash. If it crashes, you take the recall, come back, and you have a somewhat equal lane state that you can kind of manage. But if he fails this, what's going to end up happening is like he's going to try and shove this wave, which is already massive. He's going to get here with the other wave, and Aatrox is going to show up at around here, and it's already going to be too late because Aatrox knows he should stop the lane over here, make sure the minions don't move, and then Akshan can't go base. And then we go exactly back to what killed Akshan before. It's really smart as well that Viego is still on the top side. So they most likely, because of the amount of minions they have, they might try a dive. I wouldn't say it's a bad idea, but I would say it's sort of complicated for it to be done because you're giving too much space for Jarvan to do things on the other side of the map. Because like Akshan's already doomed. Like he is insanely doomed. You don't need to take this you don't need to fuck him extra by doing a gank through here into a dive. It can work, but if it fails and brings Akshan minimally into the game, it'll still be positive for him. And then now you have enemies have information, they can do dragon, they can do your golems. It's not positive whatsoever to try and do this dive unless you know exactly where Jarvan is and you know he can't do another play on the map. But as it stands, you've just killed Akshan. You push the wave pretty well. You have you have nothing to do in the top side. Recall as Viego, come here. Look at your bot lane. It's about to be dove, and he has already either died or recalled. I'm not sure. So your Vayne's there, getting the wave shoved into her, so she's most likely gonna die as well in a bit. And like, there's no point for Viego to be up here when he can be there effectively protecting Vayne. But we'll see. Hello. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen for our friend Akshan here. Yeah. Akshan knows that they're here, but Aatrox recalled. So it was just information. Bot lane is now fighting effectively. Okay, Akshan needs to shove this really fast. He's gonna try and do a slow push. Okay, so this is interesting. What Akshan is trying to do here, he wants to make these minions shove as slowly as possible. His idea is to have 3 waves stacked in here, like shoving very slowly compared to the enemies, so he has some level of protection against Aatrox and then recall. I don't think that's a bad idea, but given that you've seen Viego topside recently and that you know Aatrox is arriving soon, I'm kind of scared for this. It's very possible that he will die like around here if Aatrox decides to just all in. His idea is not too bad. It is a possibility that you can do, but it's way too dangerous. I wouldn't personally do it, but I do understand this idea to just maximize his farm and then try and do something. Because there's always the possibility that Aatrox will commit a mistake and try and contest you in this wave. Which is what he's doing. Okay, this is a big mistake by Aatrox by trying to trade there. Okay, now he's trying to shove it hard. Yeah, because he now has 2 waves, he wants to shove it. This is a big mistake by Aatrox. Okay, he's gonna try and freeze it again. But it's really awkwardly frozen. It will freeze, but he did lose quite a bit of HP on it, and some minions are hitting the turret. Okay, but the idea that we were speaking about is still came to fruition. Akshan is in a position where he can't do anything. Like, he can't walk up past this line, and that's just completely fucking him. He isn't getting no XP, no minions. Aatrox made a mistake, apparently he pushed the wave too hard. So Akshan now is back in the game. Akshan can now properly farm again, which is a big mistake by Aatrox. He could have just held the wave and it'd be fine. Okay, red team is trying to help Akshan and make some pressure on the top side of the jungle. Akshan is still in a really tough position. But he's at least getting some possibilities of farming because Aatrox is committing a lot of mistakes. By the way, Akshan should have queued this right here. You should attack it because it counts as an epic monster. You get a stack. Ooh, amazing! Aatrox at a time didn't want to fight because he knows that Jarvan and Rakan are near. Okay, Rakan went in. Really well played. Great E by Akshan and great understanding by the team to follow. And now the wave is frozen for Akshan himself. So he can recall and the wave won't move. Really good. Really well played. Twitch is kind of suffering for that decision and they lose Dragon for it. But it's a perfect way to get Akshan back into the game. Gold still not totally equalized. It does help him as it froze the wave. Did he... Wait, did he fuck up? He fucked up. It didn't freeze it. Oh, he's fucked. I don't know what happened. He for sure thought the wave was going to be frozen. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. The reason this is really bad is... Akshan is still trying to recover from what happened in that death where he wasted his flash. And he recalled because he imagined that he expected the wave to be here, pushing into this side. But what ended up happening is it's like actually hard pushing into this side, which gives Aatrox full control of the situation. And he now has TP. So now, although Akshan has Flash again, it's not enough to stop Aatrox to doing big trades, recall, come back with Wave Frozen, and Akshan just can't do anything again. And now Jarvan, after doing everything, he wants to play for bot side. So he's again in a really big pickle. He's like very uncomfortable in the game again. As long as Aatrox doesn't mindlessly shove this, it's a really bad spot. Oh god. What the fuck? Again, I do believe Aatrox is making a big mistake by shoving it so hard. But I do understand that he thought maybe Akshan was roaming, which is fair. Ooh, great TP. Akshan was trying to find Aatrox to at least damage him before the TP finishes. But Akshan needs to shove this really hard. They're fighting bot. Okay, Aatrox died. This is really good. He doesn't have TP, so this is like the perfect moment for Akshan to just completely win lane. This is a big mistake from Aatrox by TPing there. Yeah, shove this next wave out. Which means now Aatrox is going to lose 2 waves instead of just 1. 2 tower plates and you can recall. The wave will be on your side and you'll be way ahead of Aatrox. Yeah, now you're 100 gold ahead. It's perfect. Akshan just completely came back into the game. Noonquiver? And Recurvo, yep. Aatrox is gonna suffer a ton more in the matchup now. Ooh. Nice attempt by Akshan to try and do a proper trade on Aatrox. They kind of missed it by just a bit, but it was a nice attempt. It was pretty smart to do it like that. Okay, Akshan is just verifying where Viego is to protect Jarvan as Jarvan is expecting him to be on Raptors. Okay, so this is a difficult position for Aatrox now. Yeah. Yeah, Akshan will just trade really hard with you now. He's not training as well as he'd like, and it shows. But it's well enough that he feels confident he can win the trade. He can't all in, but he's near it. Yeah, that would have been a... Okay, nice. He managed the double auto there. Oof, he has to heat defensively. That's really sad. He was looking for a lethal there. Since he does have Ignite, he is, like, he can kill a lot easier than Aatrox. I think he thinks Aatrox went base. Ooh. That's sort of bad. I think he might lose a wave for it. For the recall. It's positive that on the other side of the map, they are winning, so Akshan doesn't need to do as much. Oh, he's actually purposefully letting the wave die to the turret. Okay. That's interesting. I guess he wants to try and surprise Orianna. Aatrox didn't tell anyone. Aatrox didn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, easy kill. Great roam by Akshan, utilizing that accepting that he was already gonna lose the wave and trying to compensate by getting something else on the map. Aatrox went bot again, so it's even better because it technically not only won, not only did he made up for the lost minions, he also makes up for Aatrox losing cannon. You leave the tower at like 25% as well, which is really good. I wouldn't believe that he'd go for destroying it. He kind of wants to. You can see by his movement that he kind of wants to try and take it. But he knows it's too risky. There's no point in doing that. But he did a really good trade. Oh, Aatrox kind of made a mistake. I don't think Akshan is going to try and capitalize. Okay, well played. Good spacing. Okay, this is really good. Ooh, that touched, but it's fine. Q didn't connect. Yeah, Akshan now has full control of the lane again, so he's the one that decides how the fights are going to be done. And Aatrox is suffering again. He has no support as well. And he's just gonna, he's gonna just accept that he's gonna lose turret, first turret to the game, or second? Second. But 2 turrets, really back to back, is like amazing for them. Okay, so, we just destroyed our first turret. Let's evaluate what is currently going on in the game, okay? Alright, so, Action's gonna finish is... what's it called? Kraken. He's gonna do Kraken. Fine, he's gonna do Kraken. Really good position. It was mid lane that got destroyed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, mid lane got destroyed, bot's on its way to be destroyed. Alright. So, best thing that Akshan can do. There's mainly 2 options. He can go top. Hold up, let me verify that I'm not speaking gibberish. Where is objective timers? Okay. Okay. So, next major objective spawns at 336 and 356. So there's nothing really happening on the map currently. The best 2 things that Akshan can do right now is either go top, take advantage that the wave is going to shove into him, and just take free CS and then try and look for plays on mid while everyone's going to try and contest, get priority on mid to steal jungle camps while there's no objectives. Or he can go bot himself, play the side lane by himself, give Nico the Aatrox because she's as safe as Akshan while he takes the turret. I do understand that Nico most likely wants to this turret by herself, and there is an argument to be made that it's better for her to be doing it down there as she's the one with TP. But given that the next objective to be done is Dragon at 4 minutes, TP should not be really considered currently. I think once we get a little bit closer to the Dragon timer, I think Nico should definitely come topside. For now, I think we're doing pretty okay. In terms of Akshan here, he wants to, more than anything, what he wants to do now is stop Aatrox. And he wants to control Viego. The main idea of these is like, he wants to, it's, in my opinion, a very good play if he goes top, pushes it out while making sure that Aatrox is still going to be denied a lot of farm, and having the opportunity to easily roam to mid to make sure that Viego doesn't get further ahead. Because he wants to like help, I assume he'd want to help Jarvan utilize his Herald accordingly. Right now, we know that Viego is in the bot side. They've spotted it on this ward as Twitch was playing further up. So it is very likely and makes a lot of sense that he'd want to go top, stop Aatrox, control and shove the wave so he can go and make sure that his teammates are going to stay alive. Because he, in effect, isn't a great split pusher, but he's a great flanker, given his abilities and the way he can revive his teammates. So hopefully we'll see, we're going to see him do just this. It'd be interesting if he chose something else so we can analyze it. But I do believe that going top here is by far the best option that he has. Because I don't think he'd want to take away bot lane for Nico. Okay, going through the jungle, so he gets some movement speed bonus. Smart. Okay, he's trying to look for picks. Going directly top. Seems that enemies want to collapse. Let's see how he deals with this. Smart staying to poke a bit, but not overcommitting. He has no information of anyone being here. He hasn't seen anyone. He hasn't seen Annie, and he hasn't seen Viego. But he is taunting them. Maybe he did see someone. Oh, yeah, the war there. And he got spotted. Ooh. Okay. This is interesting. I would have personally not done that. I do respect that he was taunting it because he saw it. I couldn't see it on a minimap that he had the word here. And if this ever happens to you, you come back to lane. You know that there's one person here, and your laner baiting. Do not taunt. Play like you don't know that they are here. Obviously, caution, but make these two waste as much time as possible. The longer they stay here thinking you don't have vision, the better. Because you'll never die, and you're wasting their time, and everyone in your team knows they're wasting their time. So they can make plays on mid or on the other side of the map. Completely for free, because they can see him. And you'll never die because you can see them too. Taunting like this kind of just makes them go away, which takes away time from your team to do things on the other side of the map. Like, I understand the BM of it, but it's by far much better to just not do anything about it. Just pretend like, just make notice that they're there, but don't like try and taunt them to leave. It's by far the worst thing you can do. Aside from dying to them. But if you die to them anyway and you spot them, that's another level. Okay, let's see what Akshan can do. He's gonna try and join the fight. Nico went base, no TP. This is a really complicated situation. The enemies are still chasing. Okay, let's see if he can make the pick on Vayne. Does he want to even? He sees her. Very well utilized. Wait until the perfect moment where she'd use her Q to actually engage. Very well played. Oh, and they can get Annie as well. I guess he decided against it. Nico made a catch, but it effectively was not able to do anything with it. That's fine. He's gonna go back top, catch the wave, and make some pressure on Aatrox. Okay, game's gonna slow down quite a bit now. Red team's really ahead, and there's no objectives on the map. Aatrox took like a bit to like understand what was going on to him. Is this a kill? Yes. Very well played. Really easily executed. And he maintained close proximity to Aatrox because he knew he would never die. And giving Aatrox the impression that he can escape also makes it easier for Jarvan. Really smartly played. I personally would have pushed a bit, but I guess he is recalling because Dragon is going to spawn soon, and he wants to be there to assist his team. He's already going into Blade of the Ruined King. Perfect purchase. Good pressure on mid, since we do have an advantage, and now we can go for Dragon. He does already have Blue Trinket, very well done as well. Yep, not afraid to use his mobility to get to the objective and fight faster. Ooh, he ulted away, okay. Again, using his mobility. Is Viego gonna be able to leave? Nope, he's got spotted, ult, and there we go. Now we get a free dragon. Jarvan should do it by himself while they're doing pressure. I guess Akshan is gonna try and go top to save the turret, but I don't think he can. I think that turret's pretty doomed. But I guess if he overcommits, he can be killed. Oh, I don't think, yeah. I don't think that TP was the greatest. But Aatrox bit way more than he could chew. Like, there's no way he ever kills Nico, and there's no way she's TPing like that if there's no one else coming, you know? Yeah, and he could have just easily left there. Way too greedy out of Aatrox, and now they should do Baron. Like, it's a free Nashor. I still don't really like the way that Nico used teleport, but it's understandable. Yeah, Viego just is giving it away. There's no way he can really do anything. Akshan is just going to catch the wave because Baron is secured. He doesn't really need to be there. Might as well maximize your gold intake. And shoving the wave is really good as well. Surprised he doesn't want to get Bork, but given that everyone stayed on the map, I do understand his thought process. Oh, this is going to be really dangerous. He wastes his E. He should walk to Rakan. Ah, he walked away from Rakan. I think if he kept walking, I don't think he noticed that Rakan was near him. Because I think he would have moved way differently if he had seen him. It still worked out pretty well, but personally I would have done it differently. But I do understand why if he's focused on the fight he wouldn't actively notice it, so it's okay. Interesting that he wants to recall. I think they're doing pretty okay. Nico going in, they killed Orianna, so they can take inhibitor. Well played. Yeah, and they surrendered. Honestly, a game with quite a few mistakes, but overall was very positive. The main things we saw that I'd say should be focused on was wave management. And I'd say jungle tracking, in all honesty. I think these were the biggest two factors on this game. I think, of course, bot lane getting so ahead was also a big indicator of his win. But for Akshan's gameplay, this was all that was in his mind. All of this was just constantly ping-ponging, knowing where to be, how to push the wave, how to control it and manipulate it, so he could come back from the very poor early game he had against Aatrox. But mainly, I believe that his ability to stay calm and trying to play for Aatrox's mistakes was really good. It is a shame, I think he could have done a bit better, but overall he always took the correct decisions regarding game state, and that easily won them the game. Because whenever he was needed, or whenever he was making a opening, whenever there was an opening from the enemy team that was, you know, created a lot before because of the situation of the game, he was always there to respond accordingly, which is not that usual, in all honesty. So I'm really happy to see that he was doing it so well.